This is the Redmi Buds 6 Pro. It comes with 55 decibels of active noise cancellation, support for high-resolution LDAC audio, and almost 10 hours of battery life. But I'm not here to read the specifications written on the box today, because I've been using this thing for the past 3 days. And I'm the same person who has been using this bad boy from Bose for almost 2 months now. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, the unboxing experience is nothing out of the ordinary. You get all the usual stuff, starting with a thick user manual, followed by, of course, the earbuds, the sweet lavender purple color, the USB-C cable, and some additional ear tips. My first impression of this case is it is smooth. Literally, Xiaomi actually used an eczema coating for the lavender purple version, which makes it feel skin friendly and also protects the color from stains and wear for long-term use. It's like not high gloss, but at the same time it's not completely matte, and honestly I love it. But if you keep the feel aside and just talk about the general quality of the case, it is top notch. I mean, this is the Bose QC, which I mentioned I'm using for quite some time, and the case feels so much flimsy compared to the Redmi Buds 6 Pro. I have to say, it has a sturdy, solid build. So we have established it's beautiful, sturdy, but what's even more interesting is that it is thoughtfully made. So you see this strip present in front of the case, right? It's not just a normal LED, because when you press this small button present at the lower part, it converts this LED into a battery percentage indicator. This is literally such a clever feature. And by the way, the button also doubles as the pairing mode switch, which you can turn on by pressing it for a few seconds. And talking about pairing, these earbuds also have support for Google Fast Pair. So pairing is like super fast and easy. And at the same time, the device gets linked to your Google account. So all the devices which are connected to the same Google account need not require any more pairing. They all just connect automatically. This is one of the most comfortable earbuds I've ever used. Xiaomi has almost got everything correct. The size, the fit, and the weight, because these are so lightweight that after wearing them for some time you almost feel like you're wearing nothing. Of course, in your ears. As a personal preference, I like the shape of the Bose QC a bit more than the Redmi Buds 6 Pro, and that's because they have a separate support area which kind of makes the earbuds ergonomically fit right inside your ears. But I bought the QC just a few months back in October, and before that, whatever TWS earbuds I've used have always looked like this. So it is safe to say that I'm accustomed to both the shapes. Okay, back to the Redmi earbuds. You see, the entire stick of this earbud is touch sensitive, and it's actually a clever design because you can literally change the volume of the earbuds by swiping with your finger down or up. If you swipe it down, it will decrease the volume, and if you swipe it up, it will increase the volume. And of course, you can do some other stuff with the touch sensitive area, like you can play or pause a music, switch between the different transparency and active noise cancellation mode, and you can further modify what the touch gestures do from the official pairing app. Okay, for the past 3 days, I've been on a wild entertainment spree while testing these earbuds. Movies, web series, YouTube, gaming, you name it, and I've got you covered. And there's one thing that always astonished me here is the detail in the audio. All thanks to the triple driver technology that helps maintain that level of clarity across these wide range of frequencies. It literally heads-on challenges my Bose QC, and honestly, I can't really differentiate between the two, except for the price. The Buds 6 Pro is expected to launch at around 75 euros. I don't really know where it is going to launch, so I guess the price will vary according to the region. But the Bose QuietComfort is literally more than twice the price of the Redmi Buds 6 Pro. And it still does not have LDAC audio. Although I can't really differentiate LDAC audio to be significantly better. But hey, I can totally see from a consumer's perspective why someone would be picking this instead of this. If you ask me about LDAC audio, well, I found a Sony website where they have a sample of a high resolution media, and for the past 40 minutes I've been switching between my Bose QC and this earbud. What I concluded is Bose sounded a bit more mushy compared to the Buds 6 Pro because they don't have the LDAC advantage. Okay, gaming isn't very reliable with most Bluetooth headphones, especially because of the latency that is involved. But I'm honestly surprised with the Buds 6 Pro. I mean, this thing has lesser latency compared to the QuietComfort, which had the low latency mode turned on. I have my own unconventional way of testing latency, and these are so much better. Xiaomi, I think, quite deliberately did not add any game mode or low latency mode in their pairing app because it's already quite optimized. But if they had a game mode on the already basic low latency that this audio product already has, this thing would have been a game changer, quite literally. But I guess there is some threshold in wireless audio latency optimization that Xiaomi has already hit. Okay, the Buds 6 Pro also comes with up to 55 decibels of active noise cancellation, which is pretty impressive on paper. But Xiaomi didn't just stop there and went on further to optimize the active noise cancellation to a wide range of frequencies, up to 4 kHz, which is again pretty impressive. But how does it feel in real life? Surprisingly good. Clearly, Xiaomi did not just work on the noise cancellation part only, but gave equal importance to the comfort. Because before this, most of the headphones with the noise cancellations I've used have this weird vacuum effect, which I had also mentioned in a previous video of mine. These don't. And I even tested them further by blasting some noise directly in front of me, and they did a really good job. But trust me, noise cancellation doesn't end here, because there is one pretty annoying thing that comes with active noise cancellation, that is the wind noise, which can completely obliterate the experience of active noise cancellation, making it literally useless. I actually blasted this small fan directly in front of me while wearing the headphones and turning on noise cancellation in order to recreate something that one would experience while traveling in a fast vehicle and also sitting at the window side. And the performance of the ANC actually exceeded my expectations. It sure does start with some wind noise, but then after a few seconds, Xiaomi does something internally and all the wind noise vanishes like magic. What's even more interesting is there is adaptive active noise cancellation, which you can actually turn on from their pairing app, and it automatically senses the amount of noise in the environment and adjusts the strength of the active noise cancellation, which not only makes the ANC feel more natural, but at the same time also preserves the battery. Alternatively, you can also manually set the ANC strength yourself if you think it's too strong or too weak. The only complaint that I have here is the white noise. It's negligible, but yeah, it's there, especially when the ANC is running at its full potential. And yes, since there's ANC, of course, there is also the transparency mode. But this too doesn't stop here, because there are 3 different tuning options for the transparency mode. The usual regular mode, and then an enhanced voice mode, which is useful when you are talking to someone in your room. And finally, the enhanced ambient sound mode. I think there's a missed opportunity here for Xiaomi to add something like adaptive transparency to set one of these modes automatically according to the environment noise. But I'll be honest here, these modes aren't really vastly different. There are just subtle tuning that Xiaomi has done, which some people might find useful. And yes, the wind noise reduction is equally good here. Trust me, it is well tested. And it has so many more features that you can activate from the pairing app, which is the Xiaomi Earbuds app. There's dimensional audio with a number of parameters and options for tuning. There's even an option to track your head movement for an enhanced sense of direction and space. Then there's adaptive sound, which basically adjusts the audio according to your ear shape and the environment. It also has dual device connectivity, whereby you can connect to 2 completely different devices, and these earbuds can intelligently switch based on which device is playing the audio. And finally, audio balance, which is basically the equalizer coming with the default presets and also a custom option for configuring everything yourself. What surprised me were the ear tips fit check, which checks if the ear tips you are wearing are perfectly optimized for your ears or not, so that you can swap them with the correct ear tips provided within the box for the most comfortable hearing experience. And finally, all the nitty-gritty features from top to bottom, which you can modify, turn on, turn off, and more. There's also a handy feature that can let you find your earphones if you end up losing them inside your couch or sofa. One annoying thing though, it keeps on asking me to update the firmware. Although I did update, but after that it again shows the same version and asks me to update. Also, there is something written in Chinese, which I'm pretty sure should not be over here. But hey, it's an unreleased earbud as of today, so might be it's some kind of software bug which will get fixed when this thing is released. Okay, the next thing I'm going to test is the microphone. So I'm going to make a call right over here, and then I'm going to play a lot of external sound and see how this mic holds up, because Xiaomi claims that they have a 3-mic AI noise reduction for calls. So let's see how it holds up with all the different things that I'm going to play over here. I have the sound effects ready for outside road noise, and also I have this thing ready for some wind. I'm currently inside my studio, so there isn't much noise here except for the occasional sound of the vehicles passing by. Let's begin. Okay, now I'm currently on call and it's getting recorded. I'm going to put this same recording in my video. Let's start with some generous amount of traffic noise. As you can see, right now I'm playing some traffic noise over here. And this is how the audio would be sounding like. And to top it off, I'm also going to put some wind noise, just like you would be expecting outside. Not wind noise, but actual wind from this small fan that I have. So currently the mode is set to low. So this is how it would be sounding like. And then this is medium. And finally, let's increase it to high. So it's currently winter over here and it's pretty cold, I would say, in my room. So it's not the most ideal time to switch on the fan. But hey, if you're ever stuck inside a traffic and then a hurricane comes out of nowhere, you are covered. Everyone can hear you over your call. Let's stop it now. Last but not the least, let's talk about battery. Now Xiaomi claims that these earbuds can last for 9.5 hours with just a single charge. In my day-to-day usage with active noise cancellation turned on, which by the way is set to adaptive, it consumed a bit more than 10% battery for every 1 hour. Now let's be honest here, there are so many different parameters which determine this, starting with the level of volume you are keeping your earbuds at, then the active noise cancellation or transparency mode, whichever is turned on, which are even by the way further divided into several other sub-modes and levels. So it will vary quite a bit from one person to the other. But if you ask me, in my day-to-day usage, I did find the battery to be quite reliable. If you talk about the case, well, I have been using it for 3 days and I haven't even charged it once, and as you can see, it is down to 50% of battery, and according to math it should therefore last for 3 more days, and I think that is pretty good. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Do like, share and subscribe. Also, this is my first time creating a video like this. It took a lot of time and effort, so do comment down below what you think about the quality of this video. And also, it was my first time receiving review units, so it's all the more special for me. Thank you so much everyone for being a part of this. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.